Well, hello there, my Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Mercury signs. Welcome to your Samhain Mercury Retrograde read for, obviously, the end, the Halloween, October 31st begins. Mercury retrograde and Samhain season, though technically Samhain is when the sun hits 15 degrees Scorpio. That's usually a week or so afterwards, 5 to 7 days, give or take a degree, give or take a day. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am your reader, Mark-Angela Lyons, Mal for short, and my initials. President of Join the Circle Productions, 21 years in business. Professional witch, professional intuitive, been reading cards since I am 12 years old, and I'm very, very, very happy to be reading for you today. So buckle up. And for my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. Anyone new to my channel, please do like and subscribe before we're done here today. All of my info is in the description box below. Links to the books that I've written, my ebooks on my website, and all of the decks that I'm reading in this spread and in other readings are in the box, description box below at the bottom. So if there are any of these that you like, you want to go check out, there are links there. Cool, cool. Just a little clarity. Samhain and Halloween are not technically the same thing for me, but since Mercury goes retrograde on October 31st, Halloween goes direct November 20th, I thought it'd be good to put them both together instead of doing two separate readings. Samhain tide, Samhain season is the season of the dead, right? Of letting it go, of letting things die, of going to ashes so that we can be reborn. And you blend that with a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, yeah, major time for letting go, cutting cords, alchemy, right? Embracing the shadow, healing, all sorts of emotional, mental, psychological stuff going on. Huge opportunities. They're not usually fun. So that's why I'm doing these readings, to get you a little bit of clarity for both of those, because really the combo, that's a lot. That's a lot, that's a lot. I am a spiritual counselor as well. My info is in the box below on that too. So I do a lot of spiritual counseling. Tomorrow I've got a 2-hour client here coming to the house in Holbrook, Long Island for a reading and a spiritual counseling, because shit's blown up for people. And my shit has been blown up so thoroughly, there's nothing really left inside of me to blow up, although, I don't know. So, you want guidance from someone who's been through it, right? So let us dive in. Please, if you can remember, I'll try and say it as many times as I can without being annoying too late in this reading. Breathe. Breathe. The ebb and flow, the renewal of the inhale, and the erosion of the exhale. That's the cycles of life. And remember, if you remember anything else, what comes and what goes is not in our control. The renewal and the erosion, we didn't do anything to make them happen. It's just part of the way this holographic paradigm called planet Earth works, regardless of what dimensional consciousness that you're in. If you're in third dimensional consciousness, it's hell on Earth. If you're in fifth dimensional consciousness, oh my God, it's all happening to make me better. Even the shit I don't like and hate is actually making me grow and evolve. So this is all about seeing it from a higher perspective. Just be prepared to let people go. I just let go of a 20+ year relationship with somebody because I finally discovered they are a covert narcissist. I didn't even know what a covert narcissist was until the gods slapped me in the third eye with it. I was like, oh my God, they got me the information, right? So I got my Mercury retrograde going a little early, right? Because we're ruled by Mercury, aren't we, Geminis? Well, I'm a Virgo, so, we share that. So a lot of thinking, not so much stinking thinking this one. I'm really glad that I've been able to move on, because what would love do? Love would move on. What is healthy? Love would forgive and move on, but no turning back, right? No surrender except to the divine, right? Surrender your will to the divine. Surrender, Dorothy. So let's dive in. Take some nice full deep breaths, ground and center. Be the breath, be with the breath. The deeper you breathe, the less shallow the experience, right? So let's go deep here. We're going to start you off with the Caroline Myss archetype card, which will be one of the 3 dominant cards in this deck, showing you what archetype is being alchemized within your life, the soul power that is being transformed from lead to gold, from shadow to light. Hence, Samhain tide, alchemy, embracing the shadow, Mercury retrograde, rethinking it all, seeing it differently. Let's dive in. My collective pantheons, please, one card in clarity for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this Samhain season and Mercury retrograde November 2019. Please, one card in clarity. What archetype are they working in with the shadow to light, lead to gold? The Exorcist. Get some pea soup, pee on the floor. The Exorcist archetype is very akin to the shaman and the exorcist, because the shaman does the shamanic descent going down into the underworld, embracing the shadow, right, in order so that they can serve. So usually when I read these cards, and I mean read what's literally on them, I start with the light attribute and then the shadow, because this is the type of read. We're going to start with the shadow so you see what the lead is that you're dealing with, so that you can move it into the light, alchemizing it into gold, Mercury retrograde and all. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. Sweetheart, we all have shadow. Right? Go read some Carl Jung. Forever young, forever young. I want to be forever young. We all have shadows. We all have demons. We all get possessed by the 7 deadly sins. Would you like me to go over them briefly? We've got hubris, toxic pride. We've got greed. We've got entitlement. We've got wrath. We've got gluttony. We've got envy, and we've got sloth. So which one or ones are you possessed by? Fear of facing your own demons, right? Because if we are afraid of facing those demons possess us, and we end up doing horrible things to ourselves and other people, and then afterwards we're sort of like, what just happened? We were possessed by something that is not who we are, but that is often nothing more than our own unresolved emotional baggage, belief patterns, fears, wounds, all coming up so that you can move into this new cycle, right? That you come out of Samhain, hit Yule, winter solstice, fresh and clean. But really, if you work it, it doesn't take that long, right? Things are moving very quickly. The vibe is so high. The third dimensional illusion of separation is being destroyed left, right, and center. Why? Because that fifth dimensional truth, light of oneness, is coming down and pressing it out. But it just doesn't do like that. We have to exorcise, right? The exorcist, exorcise our emotional, mental demons, right? So what's the light you're shooting for here? Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. And my good goddess, can I tell you, that's the work that I do a lot on my own, is that when I'm feeling a destructive impulse, may he be destroyed, may he be blessed with total devastation. You know what I'm feeling, right? When you want to key the car, when you want to expose them, drag them, right? It's okay to feel that, right? You have to face that. You have to let that come up. But remember, that is a hurt child inside of us. That's stuff that we've been carrying perhaps from lifetimes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel this. It's okay to feel this. I love you. What is that demon? It's an angel that has forgotten who it is. It is the next in line to be loved by you. But that's what keeps it from possessing you, right? Give it room. Welcome it in. It's okay. See, demons can only possess you. And demons, I'm not talking about demons the way we think of them. We're talking about our own destructive negative power, right? The destroyer, the exorcist, can have so many destructive impulses that we can free ourselves from by doing the alchemy, by embracing the shadow, embracing the lead, loving it. Not loving it. Well, loving it sometimes it feels like, yeah, let's blow them up. Let's just destroy them. Let's tell every truth we know about them. Let's ruin them. Yes, it's okay to feel that. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's okay. Thank you for feeling that way, but I'm your guardian, right? It's coming from the 8th chakra. It's being the higher self for those impulses, those demons within us. Gives them love. There is always pain underneath them, unresolved pain, right? What's underneath those destructive impulses but unloved pieces of self. And by the way, every time you clear some of that for yourself, you're clearing it for all of life. Now, by the way, destructive impulses are necessary in terms of nature, right? Renewal, erosion, renewal erosion, right? The destructive system of the digestive juices in your own stomach, right? So when you're all knotted up in your stomach, when you got upset stomach, when you got acid stomach, it's because you're holding in all of those destructive energies, so the digestive system cannot work well, right? So we get indigestion, we get inflammation, we get all of that pain. And look, there's only so many times you can eat in one lifetime, right? That you need to have this emotional exorcism, which is what I call Love What Rises. Thank you, Matt Kahn. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, which you can see I've divided into 2 decks. One of which is the problem suit, right? Half the deck. I had a feeling it was half the deck. And the other is the other 3 suits, which is the healing, the luck, and the grace. So that we get some guidance and grace here from you, from the Ascended Masters, in terms of the shadow and the light. So here we go. Breathe. My masters, please, 1 card in clarity for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign for this Samhain and Mercury retrograde. Considering we have the exorcist archetype here, give us an indication of the lead that can be alchemized into gold here for these Geminis. Oh, the evilness of the push me, pull me, right? So have you been playing the push me, pull me game? I want you, get away. It is such a sign of the covert narcissist, right? Come to me, come to me, come to me. They're vampires. They're emotional vampires. They have no self-esteem. So you might be dealing with this in yourself or in someone else. If you are dealing with somebody who's push me, pull me, you heal your end. Don't feed them anymore. Just pull back, cut them off. I just did. Hardest thing I ever had to do, bravest thing I ever had to do, most courageous thing I've ever done, to walk away from a toxic situation. It took me a long time to figure it out too, right? So that push me, pull me, it's confusing. And if you're the one doing the push me, pull me, understand that the destructive force of that, you are destroying someone's clarity, rather than come out and say, I want to and I don't want to at the same time. I need some time. Give me some space. But if you are the one on the receiving end of that push me, pull me, in other words, if you're the one in yellow at the bottom of the picture there, and someone's saying, come here, go away, come here, I want you, but I can't. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I can't. I want to, I can't. That sucks ass. Then really allow those feelings to rise within you, love them, embrace them, just don't act on them. So let's have a look, see what the light side of this. Masters, same thing for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign. What do they need to look at? What's the gold here, or what's an alchemical element to help them transform with this exorcist archetype, this push me, pull me, into some gold? How can they heal that? The erotic. All right, that just changed the tone of this whole spread, the erotic. So then there is something sexual going on here. There may be sexual vampirism coming in. Because as I put my hands on this, the destructive impulse of a narcissist, right? That narcissists can be very, very jealous if you have like any kind of healthy sense of self-esteem or self-worth, because they don't, right? Now, it's not that they're bad. It's not that they're evil. It's just that they experienced wounds that never got healed. Somebody came in, victimized, or neglected them, right? Abuse or neglect can be both. And they never dealt with it. So their sense of self has just been destroyed. They repress it. They don't deal with it. So then how do they feed, right? It's like they've cut off. You can't totally cut off your connection to source, but there's no self-love, there's no self-worth, there's no self-respect. So how do they do that? They have to either push other people down so they go up, and honey, we all deal with that with people. We even do it ourselves, right? That's why if this is you doing it, then you really have to look at, are you using sex as a drug? Are you using it to get a temporary sugar high, a sexual sugar high? My sense is, though, is this is probably not you, but that you are exorcising that from your life. So, you know, get some info, do some research on covert narcissism, because overt narcissists, aggressive narcissists, easy to spot, right? Easy to spot. The covert ones, however, not so much. They're very covert. They might be unassuming. They're very, very tricky, and they're just the walking wounded. They're the walking dead We're not responsible for healing them, but we can bless them from afar, and in that we get our lives back. It's just how it works. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? I think it is. Let's then get 5 cards here. To get clear on this, we're going to do the element spread, really one of my favorite tarot spreads that I've been doing since I was a teenager. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit, right? You'll see how it goes down. So my gods, please, 5 cards in clarity, element spread for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising Mercury sign for this Samhain tide Mercury retrograde November 2019. Fire for what they want. Earth, what they have to get them what they want. Air, what they're thinking. Water, what they're feeling. Spirit, the overview. All relative to this exorcist archetype with the push me, pull me in the lead and the erotic in the light. Wow, that can be healed in an erotic sense with the erotic energy. Erotic energy is sexual energy, gets them into the body instead of lingering in the mind, and allows perhaps some sexual destructive influences, impulses to be healed. So please, top 5 cards. My gods, got it. Thank you so much. Maiden, near clean cut. We'll leave that one on there. Mother, crone. With round cards, sometimes a card will get like caught in the crook of your finger. So when that happens, I keep that as the top card for the top one. Ready? Breathe. What do you want? The dreamer, the fool. You want a new beginning. You want a new beginning. Sorry, why do I keep forgetting to turn that volume down? Yep. You want a new beginning. You want the fool, the dreamer. Now remember, the fool is the 0 card. So it's that moment before the new beginning that would start with the magician in this deck. It's the witch. So, you know, what she's doing, she's not jumping off a cliff. She's dreaming. She's stirring the water in the river bend before she takes that turn with the horse of power behind her. Ready? Really, you could even say it's the pale horse of death behind her, leaving that death behind, although, you know, it looks more like a gray horse to me. So we're going to put that down in your fire position there, but we're going to clarify with the angel deck. So let's get these 5 out. What is it? The element of earth, the wick that feeds the candle flame, the Taurus card. So you might want to go have a look at the Taurus reading as well, even if you don't have placements there. This Taurus card was also in the Aries, but particularly if you have any Taurus placement, go have a look at that. This is about life values. So the things that you truly value, the values that don't change. Like for me, honesty. That's why when I get deceived by somebody, I get pissed. I go from 0 to witch in like a second. I cast truth spells. May the truth be exposed. May all lies and deceptions be devastated for the well-being of all. May they be devastated, destroyed, and returned to the trash heap from whence they came. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking badass. I'm just cute and fun about it. Leo rising. So there's something here. You already have what you need, but it's in terms of your lifelong values. Yes, second house is about abundance and prosperity, but the thing about abundance and prosperity is we value them lifelong. So get clear on what your life values are. Now, if you are the narcissist here, I'm not saying you are, but I have to really look at this both ways. Then you have to really look at what you value. Do you value this mask that you wear, or do you value the healing of being authentic, right? Because that push me, pull me thing, that's a deal breaker. It should be a deal breaker for more people. Like if you say, come on, let's go out and do something, or you say to someone, sure, I'd love to go see that movie with you, and then you never do, the fuck, right? Not fair. Not fair, and will come back to bite you in the boo-boo. Always does. So the more you deceive, the more you get deceived, right? The more you push me, pull me, the more you're going to be pushed and pulled by life. And that's not punitive karma. That's just making sure you play both sides of it so that you learn both sides of it, yeah? And remember, people only do to us what was done to them. So if this is being done to you, know it was done to them. And you do not have to reply in like kind. You can just walk away, cut off all contact. That's not just ghosting. That's like, I'm done. I'm done. Walking away from something toxic. Let's see if that card pops up. Because what are you thinking? The Geminis, what are you thinking? Well, you are thinking a crap load, right? We've got the 5 of Blades, the Hurricane. So you, I really get the feeling that this situation that you're in, or that you're going into this Samhain, not only are you going to be Mercury retrograding in Scorpio, that you are going to be buffeted by thoughts every direction, every way, shape, or form. Trying to rethink, and where is the safest place to be in a hurricane? In the eye. Keep it in the eye, keep it in the breath. Yeah, we all make mistakes. We all are wounded and wound people. It just happens. Our destructive impulses. Hurricanes are destructive air, but you got to admit the Five of Pentacles gives way to the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm saying Pentacles. The Five of Blades gives way to the Six of Blades, the Six of Swords, which brings us balance and healing and therapy, right? Going from choppy waters to smooth, right? So a lot of thinking, a lot of hurricane thinking, just being buffeted by your own thoughts and the thoughts of others, and communication. I feel like whatever's going on here is going to be exposed. Mercury retrograde is classic for exposing things that have been hidden in terms of information. Yes, queen. Let's have a look at what it is that you feel. Well, the Nine of Cups, traditionally known as the wish fulfillment card, this is contentment, this is Kuan Yin, this is compassion. So if you can really be loving to yourself and others, to be compassionate, to get that everybody is doing the best that they can, yourself included, even if you are dealing with a narcissist, overt, covert, does not matter, that they are in pain, and perhaps that you are in pain, and to be compassionate with yourself. You know, these readings, these in particular, because we're dealing with a Samhain read, we're dealing with the embracing the shadow, we're dealing with soul alchemy, spiritual alchemy, and Mercury retrograde, that really be kind to yourself, but be honest with yourself. Be true to your life virtue. So your earth and your water are supportive of each other. That the wooden bowl of earth can hold the water. Now, I know you're an air sign. Absolutely. Check what your other signs are and planets are. So really look to your emotional world. That perhaps your emotional world, like particularly if you're a Gemini moon, that what you're feeling is totally different from what you're putting out there. It's tricky. It's hard. It's really hard to make your way through a mental hurricane being compassionate with yourself. So what do you do when the mind is spinning? Breathe, not to stop the thoughts, but to breathe through the thoughts. That new thought coming in, old thought coming out. But keep in mind, the divine breath is only going to exhale when it doesn't serve. So if you're looping, if there's a lot of this chaotic thinking going on, that's a result of things clearing in your energy field. And to remember, emotionally here, that's really where your healing is. It's in the emotional, not so much the mental. And I know that's uncomfortable for air signs. See, I'm a Pisces moon, Virgo rising, cats having field days apparently. So to be compassionate with yourself and compassionate with the others, and how about offer some apologies if you're the one doing this. But if you are dealing with a narcissist, that push me, pull me with the erotic, a sexual narcissist, don't expect an apology. Not that they're broken, they're wounded, right? Everybody can heal. I know everybody can heal. I've seen the most toxic of people rise from their own ashes, and this is the season of going to ashes to rise from them. So hang in there. Last card. What's the card of spirit? The overview here. The Scorpio card, Hecate, you are at a crossroads, right? You've got the Scorpio card, so you are dealing with repressed emotion, old wounds, emotional baggage, but also money, sex, power, other people's resources. If you are the narcissist here, if you are, now look, it's not that it's bad to be a narcissist, it's a way that we cope with pain, but unresolved pain. And it just destroys everything it touches sooner or later. Hence that Scorpio card, ruled by what? Pluto, the god Hades, lord of the underworld. It kills things so that they can be reborn. But at a crossroads, Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads, major decision about whether you want to keep being this way or if you want to be your true, more authentic self. And again, I'm seeing it played both sides here, because usually, look, everybody has a touch of narcissism. Mysticism is narcissistic in the sense that I have to heal me. But that's what I call higher selfish. It's a different kind of selfish, where narcissism is a coping mechanism that never works, and they're always eventually exposed. So there is some hidden stuff going on here, no question. And if it's being hidden from you, let that go. Cut it out of your life, bless them from a distance, that they don't, forgive them, they know not what they do. They don't know that they're even doing it most of the time. But if this is you doing it, major opportunity for you to heal. Major, 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 major. Now, like I said, we're going to clarify these with these angel cards. So let's get down to it, please. My angels, one card in clarity for this card of the dreamer, what this Gemini collective sign wants for this Samhain Mercury retrograde season. You want the romance. You want the warmth. You want a new beginning, either with somebody that is toxic or somebody brand new. And with the card of the Fool, you might be in between the two, right? It's the 0 card. It's not the 1, the Magician in this deck. It's the Witch, as I said. So you're wanting that. You're wanting a new beginning, right? Your dream, a romantic, not a fantasy, but that dreamer of, my God, I've always wanted that. You know, if you really have always wanted romance, I have wanted a healthy romantic partnership my own life. I think really I've had 2. Like, really, if I think about it, 2 of them, really romantic ones, and they were true soulmates. And when we parted ways, it was fine. It was lovely. I bless you. Actually, I've had more of those than I probably realized. But then it's something written on our hearts. We didn't write it there. It was written into the characters that we play. Remember, we are souls that were chosen to play the roles of the personalities in this world. So it might very well be something that you have the opportunity to clear what needs to be cleared for you to have that healthy new beginning in romance. And now here we've got this Taurus. Now this Taurus card in what you have might be the person. Now, they do not have to even be an earth sign, but it might be someone who is stable, whose values are high, who has high values, willing to work, that are stubborn as fuck one minute and then all in the next, right? The bull until it charges, right? Taurians, I've dated Taurians. They have 2 speeds. Stop and go. Really nothing in between. So let's have a look. My angels, please clarify this Taurus card for this Gemini collective. They're the answer to your prayer, baby. You know, I rarely read these cards as people. Your values then are the answer to your prayer, or this person, this Taurian, solid, healthy life value. This person is of great value and is in your life to help if you will let them. This feels like the apology for all the narcissism, your own or somebody else's. A means to heal if you are the one being narcissistic. And remember, covert narcissists, they're so sneaky about it, they don't even know that they're doing it, right? That's why awareness is so key of this stuff. And look, anybody who's, I'm just getting at with that push me, pull me and the Exorcist, it's so clear, but that there's stuff that's hidden here and there's sexual energy involved, like sexual vampirism, then get that. That's written into the script. That's not your soul. That's not the truth of who you are. That's something you came in, that you, the way I look at reincarnation is that when we croak, we chill out for a while until a new role is posted, right? And they say, oh, well, you know, billions of people on the planet. So it's like, oh, there's this role. Ooh, let me go read it. Let me go read up on it. Oh, that's great. And then we go and audition for it. So we choose, and then if you're in the body, you were chosen. So you're the best possible one to deal with. And all of this is happening for you to learn, to heal, to grow. Then it's all the divine, right? It's all God at work within and outside of you. So let's clarify that hurricane, because my God, for a Gemini, that's not even a natural state, the hurricane. That's not just a changing of mind. 5s are about change. This is about so mentally overwhelmed, but the 6 of Blades is next. So my angels, please clarify for this Gemini collective Sun and Rising Mercury sign, Samhain Mercury Retrograde. A new love. No question about it. Your mind is about where I need my new love. A lot of thought about new love, either loving in a new way, about perhaps a renewal with this person going on, but doing it in a new way. And honestly, if you don't break it off with them for a while, they really don't heal because you cut off their supply. They may very well find somebody else to get their supply from. But if they're cheating on somebody else with you, you're just a blood bag to them. Let them go. But there is a new love then coming into your life. Perhaps it's a new love of yourself, right? Love what rises. It's the only way that you can embrace the shadow without becoming the demon, right? It's either because we either get possessed by this or we repress this stuff, which leads to possession, right? They're totally linked. So we think then we can express it, right? We can just put everyone on full blast, and it's not about that. We have to love it, give it a voice, but not act on it, right? What would love do? What would love do? Go check out the work of Matt Kahn, K-A-H-N. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's got books out too. He's amazing. Turned me around a little over a year ago. Saved my life, that guy. I've never met him. May he be blessed, right? May we all be blessed. All right, let's look, speaking of blessed, at this lovely Kuan Yin. 9 of Cups. Traditionally thought of as the wish fulfillment card, right? The going with the flow and having things come to you. Definitely divine feminine energy in terms of magnetism, letting stuff come to you instead of you going out and hunting for it, right? Going with the flow, your cup's overflowing there in the most delicious way, please. Emotionally, what's going on here? Please clarify, my angels, for this Gemini collective sun sign. That's where your divine guidance comes. Trust your intuition. Trust your emotional guidance. Trust your intuition that you are being guided towards your wish fulfillment. But the work that needs to be done here is the work of the exorcist, right? So whatever this push me, pull me is either happening to you or within you, gas break, gas break, gas break, around an erotic energy. Look, all right, I'm allowed to say this. Look, I healed a lot of the sexual guilt and shame of my childhood because of the religion I was raised in. I was raised Catholic. There was just a lot of that at the time. I know things have changed, but that's why I'm pagan. My gods and my goddesses are like, you're not even a body, really? So have at it. Just be ethical. There's a wonderful book called The Ethical Slut. Read it, well over a decade ago. Had it on audiobook. It was so good. And I really reclaimed that word slut. It's not whore. It's not prostitute. I've never been paid for sex, nor have I ever paid for sex. Well, dinner and a movie, depending on how good it was, right? So payment, that's a date. But that was all part of my divine guidance. I had to clear that stuff. So, you know, if someone's using you for sex just so they can medicate themselves, you're a supply, but you're being guided to something better. You're absolutely being guided to something better. And perhaps this person is the answer to your prayer. Oh, I'm hearing that some of you are in sexual drought, that the person that you're with is playing games, or just the sex is gone between the two of you. And you know what? A healthy sexual relationship with the erotic there, that's what this is about. This is about cleaning things up sexually for yourself and having a healthy sex life. Isn't that worth it? Isn't that worth, right, exercising the demons? Let's get this Hecate Scorpio card down. Money, sex, and power, right? You see these cards are totally in sync here. So please, my angels, one card in clarity for this Scorpio card, the overview, the spirit card for this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising Mercury sign for this Samhain tide and Mercury retrograde, November 2019. You just have Black Cat field day going on here on a rainy day in Holbrook. Balance. Balance, right? That this is all to help you not just balance your own sexual energies, but to balance this push me, pull me, so that it's an equal give and take, so that it's an equal flow, so that there is balance and equality and, in a sense, justice here. The balance of what? Now, it's not, oh good, you can see. You see the yin and yang in there, right? It's about balancing all of that. Almost like, no, they're saying it's not like the Two of Pentacles in that sense, but it's about that internal balance, that the crossroads that you're at is, do I balance this? Do I make it fair to myself and the other person? And so I'm not going to put it in terms of victim, victimizer. I'm going to say in terms of covert narcissist, because this is hidden. You had no idea this was going on, whether you're the covert narcissist or the other one is here. But the shadow that's being embraced here is about, how do I balance this? How do I make this fair? So if you are the one who is the blood bag, so to speak, you've got to go, I got to bring myself into balance here, because chances are you're people pleasing. Chances are there is a codependent pattern there for yourself that needs to be embraced, healed, and balanced. In other words, you are giving for something else, right? But you are attracted to them because of some wound, some pain that now you have to bring into balance. In other words, when we fall prey, and I don't like using that word, but it's the right word, when we fall prey to a covert narcissist, or even they don't know that they're doing it. It's a total divine setup so that we can heal, grow, learn, and become the best that we can be as we move away from it. And if you find yourself being that covert narcissist, take a deep breath. It's okay. You just need to heal and take some time and be honest, be authentic. Tell people what you're really feeling, because your true feelings here are divine guidance. One last card down, a whisper of love from the higher selves of all involved. Please, the higher selves of all involved, the whisper of love for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising Mercury sign for this Samhain tide, Samhain season, Mercury Retrograde, November 2019. Focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life, and that is a real clarion call from your higher self, saying to focus on love. Rather, and again, with this, love is what does the exorcism. We don't actually do the exorcism. We just bring love to whatever rises. So a demon rises up inside of you, remember, it's just God in disguise, right? So you can totally be like, but it's like, we'll play both sides. Ready? Okay. So this is you as one. I hate him. I can't believe I hate myself. I can't believe I fell for that. Oh my God. It's okay, sweetheart. I love you. I love you. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel that way. Then comes the good cry, and you might have to do that a bunch of sides. But if you are the covert narcissist, it can be very much like, oh my God, I'm shit, I am nothing, it's okay, it's okay, oh my God, I've hurt so many people, I didn't even know I was hurting so many people, oh my God, it's okay, I love you. See, you play both roles, right? You allow the demon, the destructive impulse, to rise within you, and you embrace the shadow without it possessing you, without you doing more damage, and without you repressing it. You love it, the love. Focus on the love, and then you will be able to focus more on the positive attributes within yourself and everyone else involved here. That what? Compassion, Kuan Yin, everyone is doing the best that they can, and that's where you're being guided. And then something really beautiful can come of this. Let's do your overview, shall we? We start off with that exorcist archetype, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. That's what you're shooting for, because the shadow here is fear of facing your own demons, and they must be faced. This is a Samhain Mercury retrograde read. And what is really the shadow here about this push me, pull me, about wanting but not feeling good enough if you're the narcissist, about being pushed or pulled by a narcissist with what? The erotic energy. So really embrace your own erotic energy. There's nothing wrong with being turned on. There's nothing wrong. In fact, sexual erotic energy is spiritual energy, just in a different frequency. Higher or lower is a judgment. It's all here to serve. And that passionate sexual vibration of fire can really alchemize things. So look into Tantra, look into Western sex magic, look into healing your own sexuality there. You might find yourself delightfully surprised at some of your sexual demons or sexual angels that had forgotten their wings, and get them back. Here in your element spread, in your fire, you're so much wanting a new beginning in romance, right? You're so much wanting to take the leap of your dream to come true, your romantic dream to come true, and it not be a fantasy, but something written on your heart, something destined. And you know what? My sense is it is written in your heart. It is written in the divine plan for you. If you're watching this, it's gonna happen, but you know, you have to be ready for it, and you can only play the game that's going on in front of you. The only way out is through, right? And what do you have to do that? You have this Taurus energy, which is, again, either your own lifelong values or someone whose lifelong values are an answer to your prayer about honesty, right? So if you've been dealing with someone who's been deceptive, who've been narcissistic, this is someone who is authentic, someone who does the equal give and take and is willing to take it slow, willing to be stubborn only on that which is truly of value to them, and then really willing to move ahead for something fertile, and is absolutely an answer to your prayer. Perhaps the next new love coming in, that would make sense. But what are you thinking? My good God, there's this seed of new love in the center of your mind with this whirlwind of thoughts, of doubts, of fear, of shame, of guilt, of recrimination, of hatred, of all of this stuff. And they're just thoughts. They're just thoughts. But what do you do when the thoughts are just swirling around your head 24/7? you breathe, you go, you keep it in the eye, as they say in Alcoholics Anonymous, keep it in the eye, the EYE, in this case, the eye of the hurricane, and get that a lot of those thoughts might be from the well-meaning intentions, but toxic, the toxic well-meaningness of those who care, right? Sometimes people who love us, they just want us to be safe. They don't want to see us in pain because they don't want to feel our pain. So that could be a toxic advice. A lot of thought, overthinking, which, yeah, there are other cards for that. But with this card of new love, that this is going to really keep you, if that's I love myself, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to overthink this. Breathe. The deeper you breathe, the less shallow and chaotic the mind, right? But you let those thoughts move through you as you inhale the new and the divine will of all that you need, and release what does not. The breath does the work for you. Because what are you feeling here? Oh, this Kuan Yin, 9 of Cups. Oh, I could stay in this card all day long with divine guidance. It feels so good that you are being guided towards your wish fulfillment, your heart's desire. And what is it that you desire here? The dreamer with romance, not a dream lover, someone in real, but something that you have always wanted, that you were willing to jump into. And what is your overview about here? Hecate, Scorpio, embracing the shadow, deep transformation with balance, bringing you into balance so that you can do something that's fair, that's not narcissistic, something that's authentic and healthy. And what is the final message? Focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life, including yourself. Well, what a rough ride, Geminis, but you know what? You can handle it. This is what this reading is for. This is not a la-di-da set of reads I'm doing. Well, none of my readings really are, but there is immense opportunity for you to heal past patterns here, regardless of whether you are the CNARC, the covert narcissist, or, you know, somebody that they have been vampiring, someone that they have been draining. So keep all of that in mind and keep moving forward on your path. In fact, may you be blessed with everything that you need this Samhain tide, this Mercury retrograde, so that you can rethink, get clear, come into balance, and be the best that you can be, and experience this new sexual, delightful answer to your prayer with someone who values you for the well-being of all. Cool, cool. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're still watching. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be.